Welcome to the Explicit Writing Kickstarter Kit Jumpstart video. My name is Erica. I am the Director of Education and Strategy for the Teacher Next Door, who created this whole document. I'm going to give you the full lowdown of what is inside this almost 100-page document. We're going to jump straight into it because we're going to make this quick and snappy because it's the Jumpstart Guide. First things first, if you are unfamiliar with Explicit Writing Instruction, highly recommend you read this page. If you have taught writing before using like Writer's Workshop or a big box writing program that came with your reading curriculum, this is quite a bit different. So go ahead and read through this page. This is a super beneficial page, especially just to get you versed in what explicit writing looks like within the classroom. Now, I will say this is not a revolutionary idea. Like nothing you read in here is going to be a totally new process of teaching that you've never heard of before. It's not like going back to college. Everything you read is going to make sense, basically. All right, this page, which you've likely already seen because you're watching this video that's linked down here, is the Start Here page. Now, there are 3 steps to follow right here just to make things super easy because 92 pages is a lot to go through. Step 1, you're just going to start printing stuff and you're going to get yourself organized. Now, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. All things right here, anything in blue, I've linked for you. So it's going to jump to that part of the document so you don't have to like scroll through and find all of this stuff. Anything in blue is clickable and it will take you right to that page. So the first thing you're going to print is our year-long writing roadmap, and it's the year at a glance. You're going to see the big picture of like what it looks like to teach writing from the beginning of the school year all the way to the end of the school year. But I'm going to give you a huge caveat with this. You also have digital access to this, and everything digital that we've provided is 100% editable. Here's why. If you have admin that you have to report to, a teaching team that you have to report to, you use different standards than us, or you want to rearrange something, you should be able to do that easily. And to do that easily, you're going to need something to edit, right? So use our structure, use our organization. But if you need to sit with your team and plan out what your writing instruction looks like, maybe you're finding this in the middle of the school year and you're not starting at the beginning of the year, so you need to move some stuff around. You have 100% access to do that. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. If I were you, I would still print our done for you year at a glance. We already have everything planned out like to the day from each unit all the way down to how many days it should take to teach each unit, when you should change units, when you should move from sentence writing to paragraph writing, from paragraph writing to essay writing, the way in which we teach our essay units, these are different and in a different order than is typically seen, especially within the upper elementary classroom. So if I were you, I would still print a hard copy, because if you are editing it digitally, you have a reference that you can use. That's just me personally. They are color coded too. So for those of you who are just like me who need a hard copy that's color coded to keep you straight, it's in there for you. So again, I'm going to show you. You can click on this. It's going to jump to that page. This begins on page 31. You're going to see this year at a glance here. This is for 2025, 2026. We will update this for school years as we move forward too. You're obviously going to need a new copy of this. So, keep in touch with us basically. All right. And then this, you're going to print all the way through, I think, page 71 here. So you can see all of this year at a glance. It starts with our sentence construction units and then goes all the way to essays. Everything is in here for you. You won the lottery with this one, basically. This is a good document to have forever and ever. All right, the next thing you're going to print, student writing expectations across grade levels. Now, here's what I'm going to say. This document and all of our writing resources were specifically made for grades 3, 4, and 5. If you teach outside of those grade levels, do not leave me yet, because here's what I'm going to say. For the last 12 years, we've created writing resources and writing curriculums. I will say we have had teachers from 2nd grade, GATE teachers, to 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade teachers who need to teach foundational writing skills use our resources each and every single day. Now, just because these are labeled grades 3 through 5 doesn't mean you have to use them for grades 3 through 5, because think about it. In grades 3 through 5, we're creating foundational writing skills. Like when you start to begin to write complete sentences, especially sophisticated sentences, complete paragraphs, like real paragraphs, not like 2 or 3 sentences, right? And then actual 5-paragraph essays. That's where that starts. So if you teach outside of that, disregard the grade level. I encourage you to go through and look at the progression of skills from grades 3, 4, and 5, because that should basically show you what students should be able to accomplish over time. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. You've got a black and white version. You've got a color-coded version. You also have a digital version. So I'm going to go back up here. You're going to print that out. Third thing you're going to print, we didn't even advertise this. I don't even think we told anybody about this. Since you have our whole writing plan, we figured, okay, since we gave them their whole writing plan and we're telling them what to teach, how to teach it, how to take away that scaffolding eventually to make kids independent, we should probably give them a lesson to go with it too, right? So the first day of the first unit of the sentence writing unit, which we highly, highly, highly recommend teaching, even though it sounds mundane and it sounds monotonous and no one wants to teach subjects and predicates, do it. I'm going to promise you right now, if you do it first and you get through that grit of teaching the sentence construction units, you will see better writing as the year goes on. The whole first day is included in here. So starting on page 72, you've got all of our posters. Hang them up, print them, hang them up on the wall. You've got in here, hold on, keep going. See, look at how many posters we gave you. Now, you've got all of the work too. You've got work to do whole group. You've got work to do independently. You've got work to do with partners. It's all in here for you. So you've got that lesson done for you. I explained all of this right here too in teaching that. And the first 4 weeks of instructions, you're going to plan to teach the sentence writing unit first. Go ahead and read through that on your own. Step 3, you're going to glance ahead. You're going to build towards paragraphs, like I said. Then you're going to build towards essays. Okay. Now, this is not traditional writing instruction, because if you teach grades 3, 4, and 5, you know that the first unit we sit down and teach always is we're going to write a narrative because we're going to get some buy-in and we're going to make kids love writing. And now it's well intended. However, NAEP, there we go. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. NAEP says 27% of our students are writing proficiently. So that means out of every class of 30, you have 8 of those kids are writing proficiently. The way that we're teaching writing right now is not working. We cannot send 27% of our kids to the next grade level writing proficiently and then leave the other 22 kids behind. We have to change something. We have to start using explicit writing instruction for everyone. It's equitable instruction for them. So we'll get into that more later on in other videos, but I wanted to show you this too. You have digital access to everything. You're going to click here. Every single thing in here is completely digital for you. Now, I want to show you this one. We're going to go into the digital file. So when I click on this, because either the button right here or the computer is clickable for you, it's going to open up into your Google Drive. You need a Gmail to do this. Now, if you're at school, sometimes these links are weird with school firewalls and sometimes they don't open up the right way. Highly recommend, if you're having trouble at school, use your home computer or a home device or tablet or whatever it is and click on those links and open them in your personal Gmail and then just share it with your school email. That's it. So then you have editable access to it. So let's look at right now the paragraph and essay writing rubrics. These are all done for you. They're 100% editable. This resource itself is going to save you probably probably at least 24 hours throughout the entire school year, because you don't have to create any of this. We already created this for you. Now, some of these files are a little bit large, so it takes a minute for them to open. So through the magic of video editing here, oh, I didn't even have to do it. Look at that. It opened. You have access to all of these files, all of these rubrics right here. So we even grade down to the paragraph level because we specifically teach just paragraph writing isolated by itself. Because if I'm not going to send you to go write a whole essay if you can't even produce a paragraph yet, right? That just makes sense, but it's not how we teach right now. So yes, we do teach whole entire paragraphs. We have a 5-point scale here. The reason why we have that 5-point scale and not a 4-point scale is because you want that middle level there. You want that third point because you don't want to automatically, especially at the beginning of the year, have to choose whether or not you're closer to the unsatisfactory category or the satisfactory category. You want that middle level right there. Again, 100% editable. If you don't like these criteria that are in here, you can totally change it. You can use this. You can share this with parents. You can share this via Google Classroom if you'd like, or you can use a hard copy if you'd like, obviously too. To use a hard copy, you're just going to go to File, Print, or File Download. You can print it off or download it as a PDF for yourself and then send it to your copier and printer. So let's go back to our PDF here. Again, see how much is in here. All of these are 100% editable. I'm going to do a high level view of what else is in here as we approach this 10-minute mark real quick and show you What else you got in here? So student writing expectations, we spoke about that. Year-long teaching checklist. This is just for you to check off what you have taught. It goes by standard in here. So I'm going to click on this. This basically can hang on your wall. I like to call this like my admin accountability record, basically. If you are a homeschool teacher or a tutor, this is also super helpful because you can just check off either if your student has mastered it or if you've taught it, basically. So this is all just what you need in one spot. I'm going to go back to that bird's eye view here. Actually, I'm going to just keep scrolling so you guys can see. Student writing checklists. Now, these are to have students have that buy-in and accountability on their own. So everything on these checklists that we've created is something that we have taught, that we expect students to do because it aligns directly with what the standard is, and it also just aligns with what good writing looks like. Now, this starts at the sentence level. You're going to probably want this at the beginning of the school year because, or maybe in the middle of the school year too, to be totally honest, right? Because like we're still seeing sentences not capitalized, things spelled wrong, no punctuation, weird punctuation, comma splices. These checklists will hold students accountable and have that document to be able to communicate maybe with your admin team. If you've got writing interventionists or reading interventionists, you've got SPED teachers, you've got case managers, you've got parents. Think about all of your stakeholders with those students. This is your communication document. You can have the kids check it off, and then you can also check that the kids checked it off, basically. Holding those students accountable to what good writing looks like, essentially. Now, you've got it for all your opinion essay, your informational essay. Again, totally editable in those Google Drive documents as well. Oh, we also provided blank ones because if you would like to just handwrite it or have your students handwrite it themselves, you can do that too. So, like I said, everything you need or could possibly dream of is in here. Hard copies of the rubrics. We're just going through this real quick. Now, again, we've got that year at a glance. We will update this for 2026, 2027 school year. Keep in touch with us. Stay on our email list so you can get another copy of that. In here, we've got our sentence writing units. Now, here is what I will say. Here's our mission statement. So I'm going to get on my soapbox right now. Every single thing that we will teach, that we go through, that we plan, will 100% be accessible to every teacher who needs it. We are more than happy to teach you how to teach writing because we have to change that statistic. We cannot have 27% of students at proficiency level. We need a higher rate than that. Especially in the dawn of AI, we have to provide kids with foundational writing because writing is about to change. Everything's about to change, right? We have to provide kids with these tools. So we will 100% do that. We will teach you the how. We will show you the why. You are absolutely more than welcome to view any of our videos, view any of our resources, and use the resources that you either have in your own classroom to meet those objectives, or recreate our resources and use those in your classroom. Because I don't know about you, but when I was a young broke teacher, I didn't have money to go buy my own curriculum, and I was finding things on Pinterest and I was recreating it in my own classroom or creating it myself. You are more than welcome to do that. If you need to save time and you just want something done for you, we do sell our resources on TPT. You can view them. I have linked every single one of them here for you, all the way down from sentence writing, paragraph writing, and every single one of our essay units as well. Again, you're more than welcome to use your own resources, recreate ours, or if you need that time saved and you just want to click and download it and be done and have every single resource that we talk about, every single thing is there linked for you. So if you have any questions whatsoever, you can always contact us at contact@the-teacher-next-door.com. Just remember there's a dash in between every single word.com. Email me. I will answer you whatever you need. Comment on one of our videos. Send us a question over on TPT. Browse through this document. This is going to totally transform your writing instruction for the better. We can fix this writing instruction problem. We can make sure that we have more kids who are proficient in writing, and we're going to do it through this sequential way, in a structured way, using explicit writing instruction. Take care.